Kavod. With your permission. Ari says, sentence number 4, that people should have in mind Chodesh Elul. Comes in the Torah, Parshat Mishpatim, under the first halachot that Hashem taught Moshe Rabbeinu in Shamayim, while he was in Shamayim to get the first tablets. Torah tells a story. If someone killed by mistake someone, and Elokim minal yado, it happened to him. ושמתי לך מקום, Hashem is going to put for him a place, אשר ינו שמה, he's going to run over there. It means like this. Here's the halacha in the Gemara and the Mishnah. Somebody kills by mistake, he has to run to a shelter city. And then he's secured over there, and he comes outside of shelter city. Somebody from the family, a friend of the family, can kill him. As long as he's there, nobody's allowed to kill him. He stays there until the Kohen HaGadol will die, and then he comes home. But he has to go to a designated place, not just to run away. If he runs away any place, he's not secured. He might get killed. Where is he going to run? So altogether, the Gemara says about 48 cities. The Levim dwelled in Eretz Israel and also on the east side of the Jordan River. And if he runs over there, he's secured. That's his punishment. He has to pick up his bags. He has to take his family if he wants. The Gemara says his rabbi will join him. Excuse me. And he's going to move it. It's a very, very strange punishment. Why he has to leave? What kind of punishment is this? He killed by mistake. First of all, it's not so bad. But the Gemara says, well, there's no mistake. It's meant to be this way. It's from Shamayim. The Gemara says from Shamayim. He walked on the roof, the Gemara says. And while he's doing something on the roof, something fell from his hand. By mistake. Somebody passed by downstairs, and the thing hit him. You killed him. I killed him. I didn't kill him. Yeah, but I didn't cause. I was fixing the roof. Excuse me, that's the halacha. Okay, so I have to run away to a place. What kind of punishment is this? Says the Ari, you should know that sentence over here refers to Elul. Ina, the first word, Ina, happened is Aleph. The Yador to his hand, what happened to him, the Yador is Lamed. Verse something, I will put the first letter is Vav, Lecha, first letter is Lamed, and I said, you see, Elul. I have to have this and Chodesh Elul. Elul is preparation for Rosh Hashanah, have this in mind. That's what Hashem wants you to have in mind. But I said to me, I didn't kill nobody. Why I have to have that sentence in my mind? Does it say anything in the sentence? The other sentence, if you know, at least has some kind of a message. No, I am to Hashem, Hashem is to me, whatever it means. Mishloach manot, also, Hashem is going to make Brit Milah on our heart. Okay, fine. This is to do with Elul. What is it to do with Elul? Nothing to do with Elul. Because somebody had to run away because he murdered somebody. What is it to do with Elul? How important that sentence is. That really, this is the message. Before Rosh Hashanah, it's a job you have to do. And come the Gemara and give some instructions and some kind of historian facts that happen on Rosh Hashanah. I said, first you should know, Sarah Imenu, Rachel Imenu, and Chana, Shmuel's mother, could not have children. Could not have children. And on Rosh Hashanah, Hashem remember them And because of that, they got eventually a child. That's what we read in the Torah. Hashem pagad et Sarah. This is Rachel, same thing. Hannah. Even though it didn't happen, we may say 9 months later. One version of the Gemara says yes, maybe according to Sarah, maybe. So the Gemara in Masechet Rosh Hashanah tells you, no, this happened in Rosh Hashanah. And the question is, what is this Rosh Hashanah thing? The Gemara says that happened in Rosh Hashanah. It's not, the Gemara doesn't tell you historical fact. It's something that you need to know. So what is to do with me? I didn't do with me. The Gemara says also Yosef came out of jail on Rosh Hashanah. Okay, out of Rosh Hashanah. So the Gemara says also in Egypt, Am Yisrael were in Egypt for 210 years, partially very hard labor, slavery. Moshe arrived in Egypt. He went to Paro. As soon as he's going to start, we say give Paro the punishment. On Rosh Hashanah, before the whole thing started, Am Yisrael packed up the bags from the site, went home. And this is the labor, the torturing in Egypt stopped on Rosh Hashanah, says the Gemara. Even though nothing happened yet. We came out of Egypt 6 months later. On Pesach we came out of Egypt. And nothing happened. Paul did not release us. Paul did not say, okay, you don't have to work anymore. As far as Paul was concerned, until the last moment, we were slaves. But, God says, you know, should not happen? Am Yisrael decided all of a sudden we don't know information. I don't know information. Maybe there isn't information. Everybody went home. Why went home? Where's all the Gestapo? Where's all the KGB? Where are mullahs? What happened? What happened? You're still in Egypt. Power doesn't let you go. Before all the plagues, what Moshe is going to do? Before all the plagues. I says, what is it? So the Gemara says, you know, that thing happened on Rosh Hashanah. Why it happened on Rosh Hashanah? What Rosh Hashanah has to do with anything? It's not doing with Rosh Hashanah. Give me any day. If they decided so-called to go home, let them go home. And we said no. The decision to go home was on Rosh Hashanah, was accepted by the Egyptian police, by Paro. They're not there anymore. Finish. It came in the morning. The workers are not there. Says, what is it all about? Where do you get it from? You come to Gemara and tells us, you know, Rosh Hashanah, a very, very important day. Very important. Day of judgment. Simple explanation means, you know, you have to imagine, Shalom, somebody is being brought in front of the Supreme Court. Comes in the Navi, the Halacha in the Gemara. Rosh Hashanah is really a semi-happy day. Maybe we should say Hallel, but the Gemara says, you know, some people will not make it. Chaim Kanievsky Sainalo told me every year Rosh Hashanah, the night of Rosh Hashanah, 20,000 people line up in front of Chaim's house with barricades to get Shana Tova from him. He used to go inside the room the whole night until next Shana Tova. He told me, his son-in-law, a few people didn't answer. Those people perished during the year. He knew. He knew who was going to be alive. Stapler also knew. Stories about Stapler also. He knew who was going to make it. It's a very dangerous day, Rosh Hashanah. So, usually somebody being brought to court for Shalom for a death penalty, he's not going to have a celebration. Nevertheless, Am Yisrael came from exile, and Ezra suffered opened Beit HaMikdash, and he gave them a lecture. He started to cry, and Nehemiah was there, and Ezra. He said, "Why are you crying? Today Rosh Hashanah, you're not supposed to cry." I'm supposed to cry this because it's the day of judgment. Forget about anything else. He said, No. You go home, eat some fat meat. and drink, it means wine, send some shluach manot to your friends, Hashem is happy with you. That's all. Chedvat Hashem imoschem. It says your protection and your shield is the happiness of Hashem. That's the day of Rosh Hashanah. In Shulchan Aruch it says, Pri Chadash ben Shulchan Aruch, the person before Rosh Hashanah should send Mishloach Manot like Purim. And so based on that sentence in the Tanakh, that's what Nehemiah told them to do. Eat meat. He said, this is the day of Rosh Hashanah. No, there are some opinions of Rosh Hashanah, people should fast on Rosh Hashanah. But since from the Tanakh, no. Further than that, the Gemara says, there's a special halacha in the Torah, that you may not slaughter a cow's, the mother, with her own baby in the same day. It means like this, let's say you own a cow, and she gave birth. And now you want to slaughter the cow one day, and her baby. There's a baby. It can be 2 years old, 3 years old. The cow can be 10 years old. You're not allowed to slaughter on the same day. It's halacha in the Torah. Not only if they're next to each other. If you have a cow here in America, and you sold the baby to Australia, you have to make sure that in Australia they won't slaughter it in the same day, they're going to slaughter it. And if Chas v'Shalom they do, the meat has such a bad energy that something can happen to somebody. I said, in America, I don't know if they know everything. In Israel, they know these things. Every animal has a number. And they know which one is the mother, which one it goes with the mother, it's not with the father. It's halacha in the Torah. Or you cannot slaughter them the same day. Yeah. It's very dangerous. To come to Gemara Masasla Vodazara tells us, when people used to purchase a lot of animals. So the seller had to notify and tell the guy, today I sold this one, this is the daughter, this is the son and the daughter of that cow that I sold. You be in touch with that guy. Make sure you don't slaughter the same day. Nothing to do with eating it. You can't slaughter the same day. Says the Gemara, when is the time, the crucial time? So the Gemara says, before the last day of Sukkot, you go, the seller must notify the guy whose cow is this, if he had any children. The Gemara says, the first day of Pesach, before Shavuot, the Gemara says before Rosh Hashanah. Says the Gemara, says Rashi, says Tosfot. People used to buy a lot of meat before Rosh Hashanah. So proof from the Gemara. That's exactly what the Gemara probably relies on what Nehemiah said. But Yom Adin, have meat. Rosh Hashanah is a mitzvah to have meat, and a mitzvah to have wine, not alcohol, not vodka. He said it, Nehemiah, in the Tanakh, Pasuk in the Tanakh. And the Gemara emphasized it, that people bought a lot of meat for Rosh Hashanah, and the seller had to notify them. Well, this mother, make sure you don't slaughter it, be in touch with that guy that bought the daughter or the son, whatever it is, the calf of this animal. But it's Yom Adin. What's the celebration? It says Shulchan Aruch, you have to be very, very serious. Rosh Hashanah, the Shlah, it says Shulchan Aruch, somewhere, sit down at the table, serious. I say, serious? Yeah, serious, but I thought I have to have meat. The Gemara says meat and wine gives you happiness. Simcha, and simcha lebasar v'yayin, the Gemara says. So I got confused, I don't know. This is a serious day, in the meantime I have to do this. Also, the shofar itself, it's not so simple what the shofar has to do. In Tehillim we say every Friday night, b'chatzotot v'kol shofar yilufnei melech Hashem. It says shofar is not to scare. On the other hand, it says in the Tanakh, I taka shofar b'yir, but I'm not charagim. Shofar, somebody hears shofar, gets scared. In the war, people used to blow shofar. But on the other hand, used to blow shofar when it's celebration. So with the shofar on Rosh Hashanah, what does it do exactly? I don't know. Sounds like crying. Crying, yeah, but sometimes it's not crying. It says blow. It says every day in Beit HaMikdash used to blow shofar. Every day, not Rosh Hashanah, every day. It's not Rosh Hashanah. Every day they blew the shofar in Beit HaMikdash was not something scary. It was a happy thing, together with trumpets. So what Rosh Hashanah is, one hand is a scary day, one hand is not. How can it be? What does it mean exactly? So how do I have to behave? Am I allowed to cry on Rosh Hashanah? Or machloket among the chachamim, if you're allowed to cry on Rosh Hashanah. I said, you have to cry when you hear the shofar, you have to cry a little bit. If not, something's wrong with you. The other says, no, don't cry nothing. The opposite, it says, Ezra Nehemiah said, no, go home, it's a happy day. So the Gemara says like this, the Gemara says, Rosh Hashanah is Yom Adin, Hashem judges us. When Nissim comes and he says, the reason why Rosh Hashanah was designated by Hashem Yom Adin, because this is the day that Rishon was created, and really he deserved death after he ate from the tree. And Hashem let him go. It's Abedimos. Says Rabbi Nissim, look, likewise, Adam Rishon so-called was judged in Rosh Hashanah, because Hashem told him, if you're going to eat from the tree, you're going to die. He ate from the tree, Hashem spoke to him. Hashem told him, no, what did you do? At the end of the day, Hashem did not kill him. So that's why we have Rosh Hashanah, on the day of Rosh Hashanah, that's the day of man's creation, and so-called he was able to escape the decree of death. Hopefully, you'll be able to escape it. That's what it is. Maybe Rosh Hashanah has to do with the Adam HaRishon. They disobey Hashem's command, and still Hashem, so-called, waived it. It says the Torah, so Hashem told the Adam HaRishon, when you're going to eat, you're going to die. So Hashem waived it. It means Hashem already decided, okay, let go. Let go. It says in the Torah sentence. The Zohar itself brings, also the Gemara says, sometimes Hashem says something and Hashem so-called cancels what it says. This is the Zohar says, the Gemara says, Hashem told him, write in the book. It's in the book, in the text. At no more Mashiach. Yoyachin is in jail. It's the last descendants of David HaMelech. Machshimon was Zoradan and Nebuchadnezzar killed everybody from David HaMelech. The last descendant was Yoyachin. No children, nothing. Zero. Finished. It's done. No Mashiach. No descendants of David HaMelech, no Mashiach. It says in the Navi, Hashem told Yirmiyahu, write in your book, finished. I'm so upset. Okay, Yirmiyahu wrote in the book. Then a few chapters later, it says, Baruch Hashem, Yoyachin had a boy, and he's going to come, he's going to build Beit HaMikdash. Second Beit HaMikdash is going to be built, and he's going to be the Zerubbabel, he'll be the king. So in a text, Hashem told Yirmiyahu. Says the Gemara and the Zohar both say, sometimes Hashem waves, even though Hashem said to write it. And it was a command from Hashem, it means nothing. Here the same thing, Hashem told Adam, you're going to eat from the tree, you're going to die. He didn't die, nothing happened. Nothing. What happened? It's Rosh Hashanah. What's Rosh Hashanah? There comes the Gemara Yerushalmi and tells us, the secret of Rosh Hashanah. Chamim said, based on the Gemara and the Zohar, Hashem loves us very much. Hashem loves us. Hashem loves us very much. So Hashem really, if Hashem loves us so much, He will not judge us. Well, it's good that sometimes, even somebody loves his son, he has to punish him. He should go on the other, doesn't listen. Okay, but still, it's very hard to believe every year. You go, judgment, Rosh Hashanah. Why should we do Rosh Hashanah? So the Gemara says, it's the opposite of what we think. Rosh Hashanah means Start a new page. Forget what happened last year. Forget about it. That's the power of Rosh Hashanah. Hashem wants a person to give him a new chance. And therefore, he tells you it's a court case. In order for him to do the Teshuvah, that's the Teshuvah Shalema. And he comes to Rosh Hashanah, Hashem says, okay, thank you, good boy. Here, I give you another year. That's the purpose. It's not the purpose of being judged. And then if you pass the verdict, you pass the court, okay, then you live. No. It's the opposite. Hashem wants you to be alive. In order for you to be alive, you have to clean your debt. You have to clean your credit card. You need a new credit card to be alive. Hashem wants to give you a new credit card. But you can't get a new credit card because you own the other credit card so much. So what you have to do is not to go bankrupt with another credit card. It says Hashem should waive the credit card. So the purpose of Rosh Hashanah is not to be judged. It's to have a credit card. In order for you to have a credit card, you have to be judged. Because when you're being judged, it means Hashem says, okay, here's no credit card. So the purpose of Rosh Hashanah is to get no credit card. It's not Hashem wants to judge you. Hashem doesn't want to judge you. Hashem wants you to have a chance again. This is happening in Gan Eden. Hashem Adam HaRishon, don't eat. And he ate. Okay, Rosh Hashanah was the day of Rosh Hashanah. Hashem said, you know what? I give you another chance. Even though Adam HaRishon did not do Teshuvah, but the 10 curses that Adam HaRishon got from HaKadosh Baruch Hu, this was the verdict already, this was the punishment already, that he's not going to have easy life in his life. And that thing, how you paid already the credit card. In Surim, the Gemara says suffering, that's a payment on misbehavior. So even though, again, Adam HaRishon did not regret, did not tell him, I'm sorry, but the punishment that Hashem gave him, this cleaned the credit card. He was able, again, to start his life again, to have extension for his life with a new credit. That's the secret of Rosh Hashanah. Gemara Yerushalmi says. And the question is, okay, so I'd like to know exactly what I have to do to get a new credit card. That's the main question that a person should have. Okay, I do slichot, myself slichot, okay. But I want to have some kind of a guarantee or a hint that I'm sure I'm going to get a new credit card. I said that people came in front of Pram Kanivsky on Shona, he didn't say them to Shona, he didn't say them Shona Tova, finished. I said something's wrong. Should have had maybe a hint or something, or sometimes it comes, I don't say something, it comes, person finished his job and he has to go to Gan Eden, so there's no sense staying over here. Comes the Gemara tells us a secret, it's not a secret. Sarah imenu, Rachel imenu, Chana, Yosef HaTzadik, and Am Yisrael had a redemption on Rosh Hashanah. This is what's the common thing among all these entities. But why a Sarah on Rosh Hashanah? What happened? Why Rachel on Rosh Hashanah? Why Chana on Rosh Hashanah? Why Yosef came out on jail on Rosh Hashanah? Why? What happened to me on Rosh Hashanah? So the Gemara says, because it happened to me. It's a message. The Gemara does there's an historical fact. But if Yosef came out on jail on Rosh Hashanah, it means something. It means he had to come out of Rosh Hashanah. And that happened to be. It happened to be, all of a sudden, talking about millions of people, all of a sudden, left the site, everybody went home, celebration. So what happened? You don't have to go? No, I don't work anymore. So what happened? Rosh Hashanah. What is Rosh Hashanah? What does it mean? So comes the Gemara and comes the Ramban and comes the Zohar and they all say the same thing. You know, a person has to know his job in this world is to sing to HaKadosh Baruch Hu and pray. And so Gemara says, Rabbi Yochanan said, a person should wish, she should pray all day long to Hashem. Alevai pray Adam kolem kulo. That's the goal in life. I can't. I have to have expenses, and I have to buy food, and I have to pay this, I have to do this. Okay, so I do. At any free moment that the person has to fill up the obligation for his creation. You weren't created to work. Work is a curse. Hashem cursed Adam HaRishon. You don't have to go to war. It's a curse. The Mishnah says in the Kiddush, the Gemara says, you never saw an animal working so hard like a person. This is why a person has to work so hard. The Gemara says that, the Mishnah says so. No, I said, because, Adam HaRishon, whatever happened, people didn't behave, so we have to go to work. But what is your real job? What does Hashem create you for? Ramban writes in Chumash, there is no other reason for creation besides come to Bet Knesset and pray and sing to Hashem. That's Hashem created you. It means if you don't come to Bet Knesset, and you don't pray, and you don't sing, you just defeat the purpose of creation. So Adam HaRishon, the Gemara says, for example, Hashem did not bring rain because Hashem wanted Adam HaRishon to pray. But this is the purpose. If you don't, so you don't have any hope to be alive. Still, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Melech HaRachamim, Shoksa HaRachamim, he has a plan. So come the Torah, come the Gemara, tells you, what do you know about Sarah, for example? And Sarah could not have children. So one day she came to Abraham, she told Abraham, Hamasi Alecha, I'm upset at you. So Gemara says, what, you upset me? What did I do? Sarah said, because you don't pray for me. So Sarah was able, so-called, to be remembered by Kadosh Baruch Hu to have a child because Abraham had to pray for her. And Sarah demanded Abraham should pray for her. She was too upset to pray, and she didn't want the stage of Avraham Avinu. Enjoyed the prayer. Rachel Imenu, she could never have a child. The text in the Torah. She came to Yaakov and says, give me children. And Yaakov said, you don't pray. You don't pray. Hannah, the Navi tells us, how she got Shmuel, she was 130 years old. And she was 131 years old. So why did you get baby? The Navi says, she came to the Mishkan in Shiloh and she prayed. The Gemara says the Shmuel says that we pray. We just whisper and move our lips. You learn from Hannah. More things. We learn from Hannah. Yosef, with not too much information, but in Selechot we say, Adinu Kshinit al Yosef b'Beit HaSoher. Yosef prayed in jail. Am Yisrael, the Torah said in the text, they screamed to Hashem, and says, didn't go to the job anymore. By screaming, by praying, by singing, you fulfill the obligation, and that Hashem releases you. Releases you from what? The Gemara says from death penalty. The Gemara says, for example, somebody has no children, is considered dead. Because Rachel came to Yaakov, told Yaakov, if I don't have a child, I'm dead. Says the Gemara, some people consider dead even they walk on the street, they're dead. Gemara says, for example, somebody comes out of jail, he has to say bracha. Agomel. So come to the Agomel, being a sacrifice daughter. I said, somebody comes out of the desert. You were dead over there. Hashem saved you. I said, if you have no children, you die. By praying, by singing, then you revived yourself. Hashem gave you so-called a new credit card. It means Rachel, Sarah, Rachel, Hannah, and Yosef, and Am Yisrael in Egypt, when on Rosh Hashanah, something would happen to them, it means they will issue a new credit card. That's what the Rosh Hashanah says. On Rosh Hashanah, Hashem wants to extend your life with a new credit card. And it has to do with your obligation to yourself. That's our custom. That's how Chachamim said it. Tefillah for Rosh Hashanah is very, very long. Tefillah of Yom Kippur, of Yovel, very long. It says because you got to pray. Because you want to tell Hashem, yeah, I know, I have to pray for you. Because Hashem wants us to pray. He wants, it's secret what it means. As well, the Gemara says, that's what the Torah wrote last week. And it says you should know, by learning Torah, you're singing to Hashem. The Gemara comes and says, if somebody doesn't doesn't sing while he's learning, better off should not have been born. What do you mean? You understand? The purpose of life is to sing. If you learn the Gemara and you learn Torah and you're not happy, it doesn't give you any joy, so you don't fulfill your obligation, better off you shouldn't have been born. So the whole Rosh Hashanah is a singing. Is a singing because I get new credit card. That's really what Nehemiah and Ezra told the people. He says, stop crying now. Don't cry now. Go home, have meat and have wine. And send Mishloach Manot to people that don't have what to eat. Chedvat Hashem imaoschem. It says, by making Hashem happy, this is your job. This is your job, nothing else. It says, because you fulfill your obligation, then Hashem is going to issue you a new life. So it means like this, your birthday really is Rosh Hashanah. When is your birthday? Well, my birthday is Rosh Hashanah. Because on Rosh Hashanah you have to be saved, you have to have been issued a new credit card. Doesn't matter when you were born. Rosh Hashanah is supposed to die. But that's Adam HaRishon, that's what happened to him. And by doing Selichot, and then what's new? So, what did you do here? Okay. And come to Rosh Hashanah, I said, what? The Gemara says, Adam HaRishon was assigned an angel to teach him Torah. Instead of teaching Torah, he did very bad things. It's even embarrassing to say it on the camera what he did. And he didn't do. You're not supposed to do what he did. You're supposed to say it. He was an angel to something. He lost the angel also. He lost the angel after 8 years. No more angel. Finished. And to remember what he learned before and started to rewind his memory to see what he learned. Sign an angel to teach him Torah. Because Torah is singing. And I said, okay, you learn Torah, you sing to him. The whole purpose of Rosh Hashanah, that's the purpose. That's what the Gemara says. People used to buy a lot of meat before Rosh Hashanah. Because that's what Rosh Hashanah is. You have to be happy. But you have to be serious about it. The Gemara says that you don't say Hallel because you don't know. At the end of the day, you don't know if you can get a credit card. You don't know. Maybe Hashem has some kind of thing against you being here another year. You don't know. Maybe you have to go to Gan Eden. Maybe something else. So it's two sides of the coin. You have to be very happy and you have to be very serious. You have to be seriously happy. That's what it means. Gilu birada. It's a pasuk. A pasuk can tell him, Gilu birada. Be happy, but you should shake. Because you don't know if you can get a credit card. But Baruch Hashem, I hope to get a credit card. I hope I'm not going to miss it. I'm not going to miss it. And the reason for the whole thing is, that's what Ari hints. This is the sentence that you have to have in mind. Is somebody who runs to a shelter city. What's a shelter city? The highlight of Rosh Hashanah is Akedat Yitzchak. Akedat Yitzchak says the Torah, Hashem will Abraham will go take your son, go slaughter him on the mountains. The Gemara says, Abraham did not know where is he going. No, Hashem wants to test him. Well, test him what? It's a major test. Take your own son and slaughter him. So Hashem didn't want to tell him where to go. The Gemara says, no, Abraham is going to go. So Torah describes. Abraham gets up in the morning. Get up very early. I said, what's the rush to slaughter your son? Can be with your son a few more days. Hashem didn't tell you now. But he gets up in the morning. Torah says, where are you going? I'm going to the place. What place? You don't know. Ari says, based on the Zohar, the word makom, the numerical value is 186. 186, it's really the name of Hashem. If you take Hashem's name, Yud and Hey, Vav and Hey, and you multiply every letter by itself. For example, the first letter of Hashem is Yud, the numerical value is 10. Multiplied by itself is 100. Second letter of Hashem is Hey. The numerical value is 5. Multiplied by itself is 25. The third letter of Hashem is Vav. The numerical value is 6. Multiplied by itself is 36. The last letter of Hashem is Hey. Multiplied by Hey is 25. 125 and 25 with 36 is 186. 86 says Ari, the numerical value of the word Makom. To tell you, Hashem is the Makom. What it means is like this. Ramam and Rabbi Aderet, all the Chachamim say, and it's, you know, the The survivors, a lot of survivors of the Holocaust, they ran away, they were able to run away. And the others were caught. Let me explain. The Rambam says you don't run away, you run to Hashem. You don't run to Hashem. If you run away from somebody, you don't know if you're going to be caught or you'll survive. But if you run to Hashem, Hashem Muzi, Minusi, you say, Minusi. I run to Hashem. I run from somebody, but I run to Hashem. Somebody killed by mistake is to run. So where are you running? You run to a shelter city. What shelter city? You're going to America, you're going to Brazil. No, shelter city. Why shelter city? Why a shelter city? Because the shelter city, the Levim and the Kohanim used to live in the shelter city. And the Torah says, Levi is connected to Hashem, the Kohen is connected to Hashem. So when you run over there, something like Makom Asher Nushama. Torah says, where are you running? Torah should have said, he runs away. He runs to the Makom. What's Makom? Makom is 186. 1 is 186. It's Hashem. Where is Hashem? Hashem is concentrated, so-called Shekhinah, is in the cities of the Levim, 48 cities in Eretz Israel and on the east side of the river. It says, look, come Rosh Hashanah, you run to Hashem. Because you want to be judged. Because you want to have no credit card. Because if you won't be judged, it says you have the old debts on the credit card. You want the old credit card to be waived. You want a new credit card. New credit card is if you run to Hashem. As you run to Hashem, you pray to Hashem, you learn Torah to Hashem. You learn Torah, it's like you're thinking. You fulfill your obligation to yourself for the purpose of your creation. And you do this, then Hashem is giving you a new credit card. It says in Gemara Shami, it's not a tragedy, but some people are not going to make it. So you can't say Hallel. But on the other hand, Rosh Hashanah is a very happy day. I said, I'm having a new credit card. But you do Teshuvah, of course, so that's the purpose of the shofar. The shofar comes from the sheep of Avraham Avinu. Avraham Avinu did not go to a place that has an address. Avraham, where are you going? I'm going in a makom, says Ari. You know where Avraham is going? He's going to 186. Where's 186? He's going to the mountain. No. I'm not going anywhere in the world. I'm going to Hashem. Happened to me that I have to go to my office. But my office is because Hashem is in my office. Not because I'm going to my office. There's no such thing. You go to address. You go to Makom. Makom means Hashem. Yud-Ke Vav-Ke. Happened to be that I have to be to that place, that address, that address. But the address is the address of Hashem. It says that's what the whole power of Haggadah Yitzchak. It's mentioned 3 times, I think, in the paragraph of Haggadah Yitzchak. Avraham saw the place, he got to the place. He's going to the Makom. Where are you going? Where are you going? Avraham, where are you going? Are you going to where? You're going to Yerushalayim? I'm not going to Yerushalayim, I'm going to the place. What's the place? It's Hashem. Rosh Hashanah, you come in front of Hashem. And you run in front of Hashem. And this is then Hashem wants to give you a credit card. When somebody get a free credit card, he runs to get a credit card. So that's the whole purpose of Rosh Hashanah. It's not a purpose of being judged. Oh, Hashalom, Hashem wants to punish you. Hashem wants you to clear your path. You do slichot seriously, and you accept to sing to Hashem, to learn Torah, and Bezrat Hashem will have a credit card, but I'm going to Hashem and Amen.